Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. This is Rob Van Bergen from Pain Free for Life, and welcome to today's Monday mini training. So today I'm going to be talking about some pretty basic stuff, but it's interesting, it's important, and this is inflammation and regeneration. And sort of how microcurrent works to repair tissue damage. So you've heard me say before that we cannot heal in the presence of inflammation. And this is true. This is why we must always tackle inflammation first if we ever hope to initiate repair of damaged tissue. This is also why treating acute injuries is so much easier than treating chronic ones. So the only real job in an acute injury, so like if you sprain your wrist, the only real job there is going to be to remove inflammation. If we do this quickly enough, pain will subside and the area will not experience long-term damage from persistent inflammation. So typically, if you're looking at this regenerative side of things, you may not even need to go there if you can deal with the inflammation quickly. So inflammation responds to frequencies that are above 100 hertz. So this often falls into the following categories. So you're looking at 121 hertz for the genesis and the evolution while the device is stationary. So by stationary, I mean holding the device on the skin or using conductive pads. It would be blue stimulate for the genesis while moving. So while you're painting the device across the skin, blue stimulate is the best option for the genesis. And the reason for this, the reason that 121 hertz loses its efficacy is because it modulates, which means that it's on for 3 seconds and off for 1 second. So if you're painting and, for over a 4-second period, 1 second of the treatment is going to be nothing. So you're going to be missing areas that you may need to treat. So this is why we use modulated frequencies for stationary and not for moving. When they are stationary, they get some extra push to kind of like drive themselves into the tissue with the modulation. So it's good either way, but you want to make sure you have that distinction. So 350 hertz would be used for the evolution while moving. Now for the Pro Sport 3, for anyone with the professional device, you're going to be using modulate. And this is going to be for either stationary or moving. You're going to need modulate to be unmodulated while stationary, which means just as is. You've switched to modulate, you've set it on, and you're going. If you want to hit the right arrow on there, you can set modulations so that you can have it modulate, be modulated, and then it can be used for stationary treatments. It's just better because it has pulses in it and it's got a little bit more movement in the frequencies. So it does work better than the stationary programs that might also be available in the Pro Sport. But there are other choices out there. As I said, anything that is above 100 hertz is anti-inflammatory. So you could be looking at something like solfeggio or PG2500. These will have an anti-inflammatory effect. When it comes to regeneration, though, things get a little bit more specific. And this depends on your device's complexity as to how specific you'll be able to get. The more complex the device, or the more expensive, I suppose, the device, the more flexibility you have on honing in precisely on the right frequencies. So what you're looking at is, I'll go through them all here. So nerves are 2 hertz, 0, 2. So 2 hertz is the one that's for regenerating nerves. 7 hertz is for regenerating bone. 9.6 hertz is for ligaments and tendons. And 13.6 hertz is for muscles. For regenerating of capillaries specifically, it can be 15.3 hertz. And then you've got your 24.3 for joints, and you've got your 77 for scar tissue, and your 90 for soft tissue. So those are the specific frequencies. In the genesis, your best option is going to be to use blue stimulate. And this is for all types of regeneration except for scars and soft tissue, which you would use 77 hertz for. Now, this is one of the weaknesses of the genesis, is that it doesn't have the ability to hone in specifically on those specific focus types of regeneration. So if you break your arm with the genesis, you're going to be able to enhance regeneration with blue stimulation, but it's not going to be as nice as that specific 7 hertz for bone. Now, with the evolution, most of the beginning range of the regenerative frequencies fall into the 7 to 12 hertz range. So for bone, ligaments, tendons, muscles, which are the most common types of injuries, you could use 7 to 12 hertz to some effect that will be greater than if you were to just use blue stimulation. Nerves, of course, belong entirely to the ProSport 3. With the ProSport 3, you can program any of these specific frequencies into your AVA mode and save them into your device, or just use them on the cuff. And essentially, you'd be able to go to 2 hertz for nerves, switch to 7 hertz for bone, go directly to 13.6 for muscles, and just treat that area after you've removed inflammation. And that's where I'm gonna leave you guys here in a second. Remember the pattern. Eliminate inflammation first, then you can move on to regeneration. It really is as easy as eliminate inflammation, move on to regeneration. Now, how do you know inflammation is eliminated? Well, you know, we're treating with the frequencies. We're sending an anti-inflammatory signal. It's not always going to eliminate the inflammation straight away, but it's going to have weakened its position. And electrically, it's going to have switched off inflammation as communication. So then you can still go in and combine it with these regenerative frequencies, and it will work very, very nicely for you. So that is really it, right? Eliminate inflammation, move to regeneration. You have the specific frequencies. You're armed with the best modes in your device that you can use to obtain those treatments successfully. So for those of you who want to learn more about the capabilities of the professional device, which is the ProSport 3, I'm doing a mini webinar on Thursday at 4 p.m. It'll be live in this group. There'll also be a Zoom link that you can share. We're going to talk about all of the features of the device, which has been dubbed a hospital in your hand. So absolutely feel free to invite your friends who are curious. It is open to all. They can either join this group, they can join through the Zoom link. And I think it'll be a very interesting event. We did one last month on the other devices, and it was very popular as well. I think actually it was on the Evolution specifically. But the ProSport has a lot of features to it that some people just want to learn more about. And I'm going to kind of talk through all these different features on Thursday evening. So I hope to see you there. Otherwise, everyone, have a great week. And as always, let me know if I can help with anything at all. That's what I'm here for. Take care. Speak soon.